Good morning and welcome to another episode of Craft Here and Now. Today I would like to do a review of I Love This Cotton Yarn. This yarn is sold by Hobby Lobby. It is made in Turkey, but the fibers are grown in the United States. I thought that was interesting. It is 100% cotton, and I'll tell you a little bit more about this particular skein. It is 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 180 yards, or 165 meters. They recommend a US 8 knitting needle or an I9 crochet hook. Now, I have used this yarn previously, uh, other skeins for other items, and I was surprised when this one arrived, which is a recent purchase, because I found that this yarn, although it says it's a number 4, it is a little bit thinner than my other skein. So I don't know if they're recalculating the number 4 yarns or what, but I've noticed that this has happened in other yarn skeins as well, in other brands. It seems that the yarn is getting thinner these days. So this to me seems more of a DK3 weight, but it does say it's a 4. So I went ahead and worked up a dishcloth. This is the Peaches and Cream Waffle Stitch dishcloth, and it is crochet. And for this, I used the G hook, which is a US 6. And it worked up beautifully. I did not have any problems at all with this yarn. It's a nice textured look. This is the front side, the right side, and this is the wrong side. And I think it will wash very well. It probably will shrink because it is 100% cotton, but it's nice. And I'm already thinking ahead to the holidays, so I will be making several of these for friends as stocking stuffers. But for today's demonstration, I would like to use the recommended Peaches and Cream yarn. So I have a little bit of that here. Peaches and Cream, which is also a number 4 yarn, and it is also 100% cotton. So I'm going to use that only because it was recommended, and I wanted to see how that works up as well for this. Now, I'm only doing a small sample. I'm not doing the complete dishcloth. So if you're going to do the real dishcloth, of course, you're going to chain 34 for your foundation. Now, I'm only doing a sample, so I've already got my foundation set up. And then you're going to do your setup row. After you do your chains for the foundation, the setup row begins in the 4th chain from the hook, and you're going to want to yarn over and do a double crochet. And I'm not going to demonstrate double crochets because I'm sure that you've seen enough videos out there that show double crochets. So you're going to want to double crochet in each of those foundation stitches all the way to the end. And I'm not the fastest crocheter in the world, I can tell you that. So bear with me. And I can also say that this yarn, although I like Peaches and Cream, it is not quite as soft as I Love This Cotton yarn. I find that I Love This Cotton yarn is just a very good quality softness to work with, especially if you have issues with your hands like I do. I have some hand issues, some arthritis and stuff going on there. So I like to work with softer yarns when I'm crocheting. Knitting doesn't bother me, but for crocheting, I like to work with softer yarns, especially cotton. Acrylic doesn't bother me either. So, but for dishcloth, you would want to have 100% cotton. Okay, so now that you have one double crochet for each of your foundation chains, you want to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work, and now that was row 1, this is going to be row 2, and row 2 is actually the right side of your work. So you want to begin with 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then the repeat begins, and the repeat begins with 1 front post double crochet. So in order to do that, you yarn over, you go under and out, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So it's almost the same as a regular double crochet, except that you go around the post from the previous row. And then you want to do 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and that actually completes the repeat. So the repeat is only 3 stitches. So again, you front post double crochet, and then 2 double crochets. And you want to continue that repeat until you have 3 remaining stitches. So front post double crochet, and then 2 double crochets. Okay, now I have 3 remaining stitches. So for the last 3 stitches, you want to yarn over and get in there and do your front post double crochet, and then in the next stitch you want to do a double crochet, and then in the turning chain do 1 more double crochet. That chain that you started with. Okay, that completes row 2, which is the right side. Now we're going to do row 3, so this time you chain 2, turn your work, and now you're on the wrong side, and you begin with 1 front post double crochet, which is going to line up with that one from the previous row. So again, under, pick up a loop, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, and then the repeat begins with a double crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 front post double crochets around the 2 from the previous row. And once you have a few rows established, like 2 or 3 rows, it's very easy to determine which stitches go where. So again, the repeat is a double crochet, and then 2 front post double crochets. 1, 2. And again, you continue that all the way down until you have 3 remaining stitches. So double crochet, 2 front post double crochets. That's the whole repeat, 3 stitches. This works up fairly well. I was able to do it a little bit faster with the other yarn, but that's okay. Now, for when you have 3 remaining stitches, you want to do your double crochet in the first stitch. Then you want to do a front post double crochet in the next stitch, and then in the last stitch, which will be your turning chain, you want to do a half double crochet. So you yarn over, go through your turning chain, pick up a loop, and then yarn over and go through all 3 loops. That's a half double crochet. Now again, you're just going to repeat those 2 rows, rows 2 and 3. So for row 2, you want to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work. Now if you're like I am and you have trouble finding out where the end is, you can use a stitch marker if necessary, and just put that in your turning chain, and you'll have a reminder when you come to the end. I don't know, I find that helpful, especially if I'm doing a crochet blanket. Oh, sometimes I have a lot of trouble finding the ends of the blanket, so I really do need to rely on those stitch markers. But if you're experienced, you probably won't need to do that. Okay, so we're back on the right side, and you can see where the waffles are starting to get established. So again, we're going to do row 2, right side. Start by one with one double crochet, and then the repeat begins. So it's very important that you do that first stitch before you begin the repeat. And the repeat is a front post double crochet, and then 2 double crochets. Oh, I messed that up. Let me go back. I messed up the, start that row again. Your double crochet, and then you want to go around that first post, and that will be your front post double crochet. Sorry about that. I am a little bit clumsy today. Okay, so now for the rest of the repeat, you do 2 double crochets. 1, 2. So that is the repeat for row 2. You do 1 front post double crochet and 2 double crochets. 1, 2. And you do that repeat all the way to the end until you have 3 remaining stitches. Front post double crochet followed by 2 double crochets. So now I have 3 remaining stitches. So I want to do a front post double crochet, then 1 double crochet, and then in your turning chain you want to do another double crochet. And that completes row 2, right side. So again, for row 3, you want to chain only 2, which counts as a half double crochet. Turn your work, and you're on the wrong side now. So row 3, you start with a front post double crochet, and all these front post double crochets will line up and stack on top of each other. So it's very easy to see once you have a few rows established where the stitches go. Now the repeat begins with 1 double crochet and 2 front post double crochets. 1, 2. So you pull it apart slightly, you can see clearly where the double crochets go and the 2 front post double crochets. So again, just continue that down to the end of the row. And once you've done a few front post double crochets, they become very routine and they're very easy to manage. And you won't have any problems. But I do find that this yarn is a little more difficult to work with than I love this cotton yarn. So here I am at the last 3 stitches. So I want to do my double crochet, and I want to do a front post double crochet, and then remove my stitch marker. And for row 3, you want to do a half double crochet into the turning stitch, the turning chain, I should say. Half double crochet. And then you would chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work, and you'll be on the right side. So you can see where the waffles have now begun to develop, and the pattern says to repeat rows 2 and 3, and then for the final row you repeat row 2 once more. And then if you want, you can add a loop to the end, so you'll be over here. And what they want you to do is chain 15, which I thought was rather a lot. Yeah, in my other one I took out the loop. I didn't want the loop, but I thought 15 was a lot. But if you chain your whatever number you desire to make the loop, then just go back down into one of the stitches and pull that through like that, and there, then you can do another chain and tie it, cut it off, and just weave it in, and that way you'll have your loop. So and if you're right-handed, now of course I'm left-handed, but if you're right-handed, you really shouldn't have any problem just flipping what I said. Just flip it around, and I'm sure it'll make perfect sense to you. However, I want to show you, I do have the pattern here, and I'll just show you. It's the free download from Yarnspirations. It's called Peaches and Cream Crochet Waffle Dishcloth. Crochet Waffle Stitch Dishcloth. That's another tongue twister. Okay, so yeah, you can get that free as a download, and I think that you'll really enjoy this pattern. It's easy to work up. It's a very durable stitch. Actually, this is a little bit tighter weave than this one, which tells me that this is a true size 4, and this is more of a DK 3. So I always crochet loosely, so you might want to test out your crochet hook with the yarn and adjust your gauge to make it a tighter weave than what I have here. But I can tell you this is a little bit tighter because it's a true 4. All right, so there you go. I hope that you give it a try. It will make a great stocking stuffer. This is a wonderful yarn. I think you'll enjoy working with it. Okay, thank you for watching, and have a blessed day.